The 1980s was a decade of cultural transformation, marked by an explosion of music, film, and television that continues to influence modern society. While the decade is often remembered for its bold fashion, synthesized music, and blockbuster films, it also conveyed profound messages about faith, perseverance, love, and personal responsibility. By examining the wisdom found in 80s media, we can uncover valuable lessons that can help strengthen the lives of the faithful today. This essay explores how the themes of resilience, community, moral integrity, and faith present in 80s media can guide believers toward a more meaningful and spiritually enriched life. One of the most powerful lessons from 80s films is the importance of resilience. Movies like Rocky III, The Karate Kid, and Back to the Future taught audiences that setbacks and struggles are part of the journey, but can be overcome with determination and faith. In The Karate Kid, Daniel LaRusso faces relentless bullying and discouragement, but finds strength through discipline, mentorship, and perseverance. This mirrors biblical principles such as Proverbs 24:16. For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. Just as Daniel finds guidance through Mr. Miyagi, believers are reminded to seek wisdom from spiritual mentors and remain steadfast in their faith despite life's challenges. Similarly, Back to the Future teaches us about taking responsibility for our actions and shaping our own destinies. As believers, we are called to make righteous choices that align with God's will. The film encourages us to confront our past mistakes, embrace growth, and work toward a better future, values that align with Romans 12:2, which calls us to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Television shows of the 80s, such as The A-Team, Cheers, and Family Ties, emphasize the importance of friendship, unity, and the support of loved ones. These shows reinforce the biblical teaching that believers should rely on one another and foster strong communities of faith. In The A-Team, we see a group of diverse individuals coming together to fight for justice. Despite their differences, they work as one unit to achieve a common goal. This reflects the biblical concept found in 1 Corinthians 12:12. Just as a body, though one, has many parts, but all its many parts form one body, so it is with Christ. The show's message encourages believers to embrace teamwork, support one another, and use their unique strengths to serve God's purpose. Similarly, Cheers reminds us of the value of a welcoming and supportive community. Though set in a bar, the show highlights the deep friendships and familial bonds that form when people share their burdens and joys. The church is meant to function in the same way, a place of refuge where people come together in fellowship and encouragement. Hebrews 10:24-25. Music in the 80s often carried themes of love, morality, and personal conviction. Songs like Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror and U2's I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For encouraged self-reflection and a deeper search for meaning. Man in the Mirror speaks to the idea of personal accountability and the power of transformation. As believers, we're called to examine our own hearts and align ourselves with Christ's teachings, as stated in Psalm 139, verses 23-24. The song reminds us that real change begins within and that we must take responsibility for our spiritual growth. U2's I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For expresses a deep yearning for fulfillment, which ultimately points to the idea that earthly pursuits cannot satisfy our souls. This aligns with Ecclesiastes 1:14, where Solomon reflects on the emptiness of worldly desires. The song serves as a reminder that true contentment and purpose are found in God alone. Another critical theme in 80s media is the presence of hope and faith. Films like E.T. the Extraterrestrial and The Never-Ending Story highlight the importance of believing in something greater than ourselves. In E.T., Elliot's faith in his extraterrestrial friend leads to a miraculous journey of trust, selflessness, and love. The film echoes the call to faith found in Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. The idea that faith, even in what we do not fully understand, can lead to extraordinary outcomes is a core Christian belief. Similarly, The Never-Ending Story teaches us that hope and imagination can change the world. Atreyu's journey to save the land of Fantasia reflects the Christian call to endure hardship and fight against despair. Romans 15:13 reminds us, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him." Just as the protagonist in the film overcomes darkness through faith, so too must believers hold on to hope in their spiritual walk. The 80s was an era that celebrated ambition and the pursuit of dreams. Films like Wall Street and songs like Eye of the Tiger reflected a drive for success, but also warned of the dangers of greed and selfishness. While hard work and determination are biblical virtues, as stated in Proverbs 14:23, Wall Street serves as a cautionary tale about the pitfalls of putting wealth above integrity. The film's famous line, "Greed is good," stands in stark contrast to Matthew 6:24, which warns that no one can serve both God and money. This serves as a reminder that while striving for success is admirable, it must be done with righteousness and gratitude. Survivor's Eye of the Tiger exemplifies perseverance. The song's themes of resilience and strength align with Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It encourages the faithful to keep pushing forward in the face of adversity. And the media of the 1980s was more than entertainment. It was a reflection of cultural values and deep-seated beliefs. Through its messages of resilience, community, morality, faith, and hard work, it provided valuable lessons that remain relevant today. By embracing these themes, the faithful can draw inspiration from the past to navigate the present, strengthening their spiritual lives and fostering a closer relationship with God. As we look back on the wisdom of 80s media, let us move forward with renewed faith, unwavering hope, and a commitment to living with purpose and integrity. Amen.